Where should I look? Here. Okay. Hello everyone, I'm your host for the day, Christina Williams, and welcome to UWI Research Day 2018. We're here live on CFP Live, and I'm also here with my friend,
Tevin Gordon.
Tevin Gordon, yes, and he's representing Equality for All Foundation today.
And also Jane Plus.
And also Jane Plus. Oh, so different hats you're wearing today.
Yes, a lot of hats.
A lot of hats, great. So let me just quickly ask you how you feel to be here with us today.
Well, it's a very interesting feeling.
Yes.
I'm glad that we as Equality could be at a space where at UWI, where students who do identify as LGBT can see that there's an organization that do advocate for their rights as a person, and they can feel welcome and feel like they have support from an entity looking in at their schools. I know it brings some level of, even though they might shy away from coming, it will bring some level of, oh my God, I have family, and
they're here representing.
Even somebody said, J-Flag is a thing. I'm like, yeah, it's an actual entity that organization that actually advocate. Persons never know, and persons are learning, which is good because I like to see when people learn. And I also involve my daily work at Jamaica Network of Seropositive. Advocate for the rights of persons living with and affected by HIV. I know that there's a lot of UWI students are having sex, and they need to be educated about HIV as well. So I kind of wear the two hats here.
Okay, Tevin. You see, Tevin is a man of many words and much knowledge, might I add. Having worked with you as well as an ally for the community as well. Yes, and also being youth health minister. But quick question, you mentioned something very important about getting information out about having safe sex here on campus, because we have often heard about students engaging in unprotected sex, risky sex, especially during carnival time, which is coming up in just another month in March. So tell me, like, how does Gen Plus or Equality for All Foundation work here on campus to help, spread information and awareness about protecting oneself?
It's very tricky, because you might have the knowledge, give out the knowledge, but not everybody wants to access information.
Okay.
However, there's, thank God, Carnival time is in a part where there's Safer Sex Week and stuff like that. So with our Safer Sex Week, we're kind of having some nice tips on our social media pages to kind of say, okay, wrap it up. Something that person can relate to, like for example,
catchy phrases.
Yeah, like for example, ra ba ba no ba ba ba, which means if it's a come in a mirror, I don't want to have sex. I have to wrap it up and bag it up. So we kind of use terms that young people can get jiggy to. So it can relate to, and I think that's what persons would need to start do to kind of grab young people's attention. Because they can't just say pinch of an inch and roll, and then not giving them pinch of an inch where, pinch of an inch what, pinch what, leave what.
Leave what. I understand completely.
Like
so going back now to Equality for All work, what about their work specifically on campus? Because for HIV awareness, we do have UWI, which will have coming in soon, the next person that will be interviewing after you, Tevin. But what about for the community, the LGBTQ community specifically? How is the work going in terms of that?
Okay, for the LGBT community, the work is actually going great because we have a lot of allies that are actually UWI students. Our pride was kept on UWI,
yes,
which was very good. We got a lot of turnouts, and I think young people kind of understand, are kind of more sensitive to the issue and kind of more like-minded and open-minded to new stuff. But it can still work. It still needs work.
So it's a process. It's a process, right?
And as an entity, we can't just shove something to people. We can't.
Completely honest. I can't force anything on anybody. It has to be a gradual process. But I commend the work that you guys have been doing, and even like youth groups, for example, like the Equality Youth.
I'm a part of that.
Right. You're a part of everything, Kevin.
So we kind of, and then we have allies in Equality Group. Where we kind of learn about advocacy, policy writing. We learn about laws that may need amendment. We talk about all those stuff. And we're not only focused on LGBT issues. We kind of also focus on youth issue. Let's forget that I'm a gay man, but I'm a man. What do I need to kind of access my country at large? Forget that I'm a lesbian. As a female, what do I need? I might be being abused at home. Who do I talk to?
Very
now
good.
Because I'm a lesbian, you're going to neglect.
There are other needs that we have as young people that you cater to, and that is very important. A very comprehensive approach, and I commend you and your team all the time. So what about, what would you say now? Do you have a safe space for young people? Just generally speaking, do you provide a safe space for young people?
Yes, we do. We have the Rainbow House, always with our office, so we don't give out that location.
That location, I understand.
For safety. But we have a Rainbow House, so we can have some projects. And you can, person can go on our page. And we do have Pride. It's a place where persons can come and have fun
and enjoy themselves. Pride Week is excellent, might I add?
It is. Oh my God, I'm so nervous. It is because I'm thinking about Pride.
Yes.
And we do kind of have our social media page actually saved, so you can kind of shoot us a message, a
DM, okay,
and we will definitely respond.
And provide support in any way possible.
Okay,
so I see lots of flags here in front of me, looking really pretty. Do these flags have any special meanings per se? Because they're different flags.
They do. I'm sorry that I don't have the bi flag. Sorry, bi people. But this is the main flag that person have. But then when we talk about LGBT, sometimes persons can get shed away. It's like talking about Jamaica. Persons in Manchester are centers but might not feel inclusive of some of the things that Jamaica is doing because we kind of neglect.
Okay, like the rural youths. Okay, I understand, right.
So we kind of break it down.
Oh, actually for inclusive purposes.
Right.
Okay.
So it's actually the pansexual flag.
Oh, interesting.
So a pansexual is a person who may have sex with anyone or may be attracted rather, with anybody on the spectrum. On the spectrum of LGBTQIP+++. Because there's a lot in the spectrum and there's a lot.
Right.
I will actually have the human rights flag.
Yes. It's my favorite flag.
Yes.
Human rights.
So I having this don't mean that I really can support this, but however I support some basic needs that a human should have.
Right.
Right. And then this is a trans flag.
Okay.
Persons of trans experience is their flag.
Right.
And the purple, blue, and pink will be the bi flag.
Okay.
For bisexuals.
Bisexuals. Okay.
And if you see a flag, this flag with the two female symbols that we learn.
Right.
That is actually the lesbian flag. Because everybody wants to be inclusive. Because normally we say gay people, lesbian feel left out, which is fair enough. And I think they need to be inclusive a lot.
Right.
So we kind of try to ensure that we access everybody on the spectrum of our community.
Thank you so much.
Diverse
and that is diversity. I was just about to say that, Tevin, and it's very good that you're here at the university because one of the things that we push here is diversity and tolerance, and we have a standard of tolerance here on the university. You understand? So it's very important that you're presented here as well because you contribute to society as well, and very important to the fabric and the makeup. So thank you so much for coming in with me today, Tevin. You're very welcome, and I guess I will see you and your other projects as you go along.
Yes, thanks.
I hear my mouth and then my voice. I'm sure my phone is on silent. Hello everyone, it's Christina Williams and we're back here on UWI Live for the first day of UWI Research Days 2018. I am here with Anika from UWI Harp. I got that correct?
No, I'm from Equality for All Foundation though.
Equality for All?
Yeah, J5.
Okay, so have you done any work with UWI Harp with any of the initiatives that you would have worked with?
Not really. Surrounding HIV, it's normally NGOs that fall within the band of MSNs or male having sex with male.
Okay.
Work around that.
Mostly work around that.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you have any projects that you're currently working on that you'd say target university students?
Well, I can say, speaking from known NGOs, that they have initiatives like for Children First, the Bashi Bus, they will come here every now and then.
Yes, Bashi Bus always comes here, right?
They come here every now and then. JASL, they will come here every now and then also to do testing and to educate persons more about simple facts about HIV and surrounding other infections.
STIs and stuff like that. Great. So how does one get involved with the process? Are young persons out there interested in advocacy work? You know, how does one get involved?
So we have a our Instagram, Twitter page, or handles, or Equality. You have Equality Youth that caters to youth. I know Jayan does work surrounding youth, so Jamaica Youth Advocacy Network.
Yes.
So you could get involved with those. You could follow them on Instagram, Twitter. I think Jayan is Jamaica Youth Advocacy Network on Twitter.
Yeah, it's Youth Advocate, right? Okay, right.
And for Equality Youth, it's Equality Youth JA.
Okay.
On Instagram and Twitter, you could follow them.
And you're very responsive to social media pages, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's very important.
You can message us at any given time. Well, you know, times persons might be off the air, but given time after hours, work hours, you could do messages. We do respond, especially to reports of homophobia, transphobia in the community where it affects youth.
I love the fact that you brought up homophobia and transphobia. In a scenario now on campus, for example, if one was supposed to be a victim of that, how do you think they would go about getting redress for such an incident?
So you could always hit us up on Facebook, or you could call the office, J-Flag's office. Okay. And you could file a report there. They will invite you in. You give the report statements, and you will either file it to our files that we have, or report files, or if it's that case where the police needs to be involved, they will come in and they will make their mark there. Okay, great, great. And I think, would you say that process is very efficient? Because some people tend not to report incidents because they're afraid of the stigma, the victimization that they may face, and also the fact that the process may be too tedious. So would you say that the process is a reasonably, easy one that they could handle? I would say yes, because everything is confidential. Okay, and that's great. That's the very first step. Then human rights is for everyone. Okay. So I don't think you going to the police station to report something, you should be discriminated against, and there should be any stigma towards that. So it should be something that anybody who has been affected by homophobia or transphobia should be quick and alert to report it to the police, or even to make a phone call to say, oh hey, I experienced so and so, and so would make a report, and the police would know about it, and then further implementation will be made after that. Could have made after that, right? Yeah. And through your work, because I know that you don't just work on homophobic issues, but also on just general issues, human rights right across the board. In terms of things like date rape and even just rape that may occur on campus, because things do happen. Do you think do you utilize the same process to deal with that? The same process, and you say this similarly. And for women, you could also. Reports are made to We Change. So We Change, right? Yeah, that advocates for LBT women. Okay. Yeah. So you could file a report to We Change. They're very active on Instagram. Yes, they are. Yes. So you could also file a report there. Okay. And further steps would be made from there. Further steps to make it from there. Yeah. And how would you grade your process, or rather your progress thus far in the terms of the movement, whether here on campus or generally in Jamaica? Well, in Jamaica, we are making headways because persons are more accepting or tolerant of being in spaces with gay people or persons from the LGBT community. Okay. But there's much work to be done. Yes. And we are working towards that. You're working towards that. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming in, Inika, and thank you so much, and all the best in your endeavors. Same. All right, thank you. You're welcome. It's okay. Welcome back. I am here with Yolanda from UWIHARP. Yes, and she's about to tell us a little bit about what the program offers here on campus, and I guess generally across the board.
Thank you so much. So UWIHARP is UWI HIV and AIDS response program, and we focus on the non-medical components of the response. I know my medical friends would be very upset with me saying non-medical. Okay. So we focus on all of the social issues, research, policy, those types of issues. Okay. And those are the issues that really affect persons and put them at risk, right? So here on the campus, we offer a lot of interventions for the students and staff. Okay. So while we are focused on HIV and AIDS, we are also focused on everything around sexual and reproductive health, safer sexual practices. So today, for the range of research days from today until Friday, we have Bashi Bus with us. So we're offering free HIV testing for everyone on the campus. And I know that students and staff are very used to seeing Bashi Bus on the campus. Yes, we are. And we have other partners like Rough Rider. One of the things that we're doing with Rough Rider is doing a student ambassadorship. So if you come over to the booth, you'd see our student ambassadors. I'm so proud of them. And what we're partnering with Rough Rider to do is you know, just to motivate and encourage students and let them know their self-responsibility. You need to always be able to buy your condoms and not be afraid to get your condoms. And in order to encourage them, Rough Rider has been selling condoms on the campus at student prices. So the prices you would get at the pharmacy is not what you would get whenever we partner with Rough Rider here on the campus. So they're here. So if you're here, come and stock up on all your condoms.
Right.
And they have all their lines of condoms. We also have with us a few of the youth networks.
Right.
So, for example, we have Jamaica Youth Advocacy Network,
JAN, right?
JAN, and they're here with other partners to talk about everything around youth and adolescent and safer sexual health and the whole gamut of issues. And we have created a UWI Safer Sex Hub. This hub this year is meant to be a safe space. Come in, ask any question that you want to ask. Express any concerns. We would link you into services, tell you where you can go. So it's exciting times.
Exciting times. I like the sound of that, Yolanda. And you mentioned a safe hub. Where is the safe hub located?
Well, so we are doing the safe hub here for Research Day. So every time, so our new concept is to provide a safe hub on campus. So every time we have an intervention, it's going to be designed as a safe hub where persons can come in. No fear, no discrimination, nothing like that. Come in and ask your questions. Knowledge is power.
Yes,
and
I agree.
We are a university unit, so we're always talking about knowledge and the power of knowledge, right?
Right. Yeah. I love that. Just earlier, I spoke to two young men, and they talked a lot about stigmatization and discrimination. How do you deal with that for persons who are HIV positive? Because I'm sure you interact with those individuals as well.
You know, just as a concept, stigma and discrimination is a really tough battle. It's really, really tough. You know, because UWIHARP also works in national committees in the HIV response. And for persons who are HIV positive, and it's not just persons who are HIV positive who experience discrimination. We have persons who are part of vulnerable populations. So, for example, the LGBT community, persons are always being discriminated against because of sexual orientation. And we know the culture in which we live, and that's fine. But it's difficult to deal with. We do a lot of sensitization. We do a lot of education. We talk to persons. You know, sometimes through Jamaica Network of Seropositives, which they are the organization that deals with persons living with HIV. They have a lot of media campaigns coming out, so you can check them out on social media. So I'm not really sure how to tell you how we handle stigma discrimination.
I guess you customize it to the individual.
We customize it. We look at our audiences. So, for example, when we're here on the campus, we talk about that. We talk about this is a non-discriminatory space. You're not coming in here to look at anybody and make them feel uncomfortable. We're all equal. You know?
And the university has a standard of tolerance as well here. So that's very important.
As part of our core values. And we also have a diversity and inclusion policy that is in a pipeline right now for the university.
I love the sound of that. So how does one get involved with the work that you do? What about volunteer? Persons who want to volunteer?
Guys, we're always looking for student volunteers. I don't know how to emphasize that. We're always looking for volunteers because I think because the students realize the types of services that we can bring to them, it takes an army to execute the kinds of partnerships on the hub that we have now. So if you want to get to us, here's what you can do. You can drop us an email at UWIHARP, UWIHARP.mona@gmail.com. You can call the office at 977-5134. Let us know that you're interested, and we will take it from there.
All right. I love how you just put information out there so smoothly.
You know, it was a little cute, guys.
It was a cute. Very good. Anything else you want to add about the work that you're doing? Anything else that you'd like to add?
I want to encourage us to really... I'm a very open person. And I think that when it comes to sex, we need to not be afraid to talk about it. So there'll be some sex toys on display tomorrow.
Interesting. Tomorrow,
Tomorrow, some sex toys, so you guys need to come check us out. But I feel like we need to find spaces where we can engage in conversations. And people can just ask the questions they need to ask.
They need to know.
UWIHARP allows that space, and we partner with other persons to do it. So get in touch with us. We also have our social media pages. Find us and contact us. All right?
Very good. And my final question to you is, you mentioned a lot of work about the university space. What about the high school space, for example, where at the moment we don't really even have CSC in schools? How do you,
So that is challenging.
Yes.
Simply because, you know, we have legal barriers with age.
Exactly.
But I must say kudos to a lot of our civil society organizations and our ministries. Let me not take them out of the picture. We're all working together to develop different strategies.
Okay.
So for those of us who don't know, you know, the Ministry of Health.
Right.
Don't quote me on this, but yes, Ministry of Health. There is a safe hub in the transport center in Halfway Tree,
yes,
where you can get all kinds of information. Yes. It's a teen hub, guys. Tap into that. You know, you have other civil society organizations like JAN, Jamaica Youth Advocacy Network,
which I'm a part of,
who you can reach out to.
Right.
You have Talk Up Youth, who you can reach out to.
Right.
You have Equality for All, who you can reach out to.
Right.
If you Google these people, or rather look for them on these social media pages,
right,
you can reach out to them for information. We may not be able to provide information within the schools, but there are other settings in which information can be shared. And you know, we use social media.
Right.
Everything happens.
We do, yes. Media. Especially young people that would need the information, they're on social media.
And young persons should not be afraid
to access.
Find different ways to access. That would be my take-home message. Do not be afraid to access your information. It is for your health and well-being. All
right. Thank you so much, Alana, for coming in, and thank you for all the information that you have shared. Thank
you.
All right. Okay. So
we're supposed to keep talking. You know, we're doing the technical support at the back.
All right. Okay. So this is the first day of UWI Research Days, and thus far it's been an exciting day. We've had the opening ceremony earlier where we had the principal giving his presentation as well and talking about the importance of research here on the university and how it impacts the Caribbean, Jamaica and the Caribbean at large. And then there were also the Minister Babsy Grange as well, who came Minister of Gender, and she spoke a lot about research as well and how it impacts young people and also the wider population. She also came into the tent where I'm presently at and looked at the different exhibitions that we have here. And trust me guys, it's an amazing experience thus far, and I'm encouraging everyone, if you're watching now, to come on down to the tent and come and see what we have here on display. So we have coming up next another individual to share some more information about their work that they're doing here on the university campus, and I'm excited to meet her. I see that she has an afro going on like mine as well, so we can definitely bond on something today. Hello. Hi. So would you like to introduce yourself to us for today?
Sure. I am Dr. Patrice Whiteley from the Department of...
There you go.
Thank you.
That's okay.
Right, I'm Patrice Whiteley from the Department of Economics here at UWI.
Okay, great. So I'm assuming that you have a booth here today.
Yes, the department definitely has a booth.
Definitely has a booth today. So tell me some things that you are showcasing here today.
Well, today I want to talk to you specifically about WECON.
Okay, great.
Is the West Indies Economic Conference. It is an annual conference put on by the Department of Economics.
Okay.
This year will actually be our second conference. We had the inaugural conference last year.
Okay.
And it's basically a platform for academics across the world to showcase their cutting-edge economic research.
Very good. Interesting. It's March 8 to 9, 2018.
Yes. This year it's going to be March 8th to the 9th at UWI Regional Headquarters.
Okay, great. So do we have to pay a fee to attend this conference?
Well, actually, Caribbean students are free.
Great. Nice. You hear that? Caribbean students are free, especially those who are pursuing economics or interested in economics. Will be a great conference.
Yes, it will.
For you to attend. So, do you have like any speakers that you like to talk about that we'll be having?
Sure. Okay, we have speakers from across the world, but our main speaker is Professor Tamer from Harvard Economics.
Interesting.
He is a well-known econometrician.
Nice. Interesting. And so it's March 8 to 9, 2018. What is the start time per day?
Well, it's going to be full day on the Thursday, which is the 8th.
Right.
So that's going to be 8:30 to 5.
Okay.
And then on the Friday, it's half day, 8:30 to 12.
8:30 to 12.
I also want to mention, if I could, so
sure.
Our main speaker is Professor Tamer from Harvard.
Right.
But we also have 2 additional specially invited guests. We have Professor Khan from Duke University and Professor Lubell from Boston College.
great. Sound like a interesting cadre of speakers. Can't miss. I agree with that completely. So anything else you'd like to add about the conference that you think would encourage other individuals to come out?
Sure. I just want to mention some of the topics that will be explored at the conference. Here I have a copy of our draft program.
Right.
We're going to be looking at issues such as governance and taxation, health economics, firm economics, education, labor economics, the environment, of course, very important.
Very important. I like that.
We're looking at environmental issues such as the impact of hurricanes, etc. So there are a number of very important areas that will be explored.
I couldn't help but see lunch and coffee break on the paper, and I'm a foodie. So when you come to the conference, that will be included as a part of it?
Yes, it is. So it's very important. People need to register so that we can get an idea of how many people are going to be attending. So you register at the website, and our website address is wecon-mona.org. If you visit that website, that's www.wecon-mona.org. You can register there, because we need to get a good idea of the numbers. So please register if you plan to attend.
And I also see a call number as well.
There is a number. If you want more information about the conference, you can call 977-1188.
That's your number? Because you said it so easily.
No, that's the department's
number. Okay, you said it very easily. Okay, great. I'm looking forward to this conference. It will be a great one. It was a great one last year.
It was a fabulous conference.
So you guys should definitely come out to WeCon on March 8 to 9, 2018 at UWI Regional Headquarters, starting at 8:30 on the first day and half day on the second. Thank you so much for coming in and sharing with us about WeCon.
You're welcome.
All right, great.
All right.
All right.
Bye.